What's going on, King of Kings family? It is day 27 of our Acts campaign, reading one chapter a day from the book of Acts from January 1st to February 1st, skipping Sundays. And we're in Acts chapter 27 today, and I'm focusing in on verse 35 through 38. Paul is on a ship with some soldiers, some sailors, some other prisoners, and they're in a bad way. They should have stopped. In fact, Paul admonished them to stop. They chose not to. They sailed into the winter, and the waves are bad, the storms are bad, and now they're freaking out. And it says that Paul indicates that they have not eaten in 2 weeks because they've been so nervous about what's about to happen to them, and this is obviously not good for them. And so Paul encourages them to eat. And then in verse 35, after his encouragement, it says, after he said these things, he took bread, gave thanks to God in front of them all, then broke it and began to eat. I don't know for sure that this is what Luke is describing, but that sounds a lot to me like communion. And when biblical writers are trying to draw attention to a particular aspect of the story, they're wanting to allude to certain things. They use similar word choices. That's why you see numbers being used certain ways, like the number 7, the number 12, the number 40 come up over and over and over again throughout Scripture. And this phraseology that Luke uses, the writer of the book of Acts, to describe this taking bread, giving thanks, breaking it, and beginning to eat, and then serving it. And then in verse 36, it says that everyone was encouraged and took some food. It was the act of what we understand to be communion that encouraged everybody on the boat to do the thing that they needed to do. And I think, we think of communion as this very sort of ordered, almost ritualistic celebration. But really, anytime we submit to God the meal that we're eating, that we take the bread that God has given us, we give thanks to God for it, we break it and share it with others, that is communion. We are communing with God and with others in a meal. And it has the effect of encouraging. It has the effect of being helpful when we share meals in this way with one another, whether it's the holy meal we share during worship, whether it's meals around tables where we are giving thanks to God for what God has given us in the community with other people. That same encouragement that is available to us on Sunday morning is available to us at every meal that we have, no matter what storm in life that we are facing. And so my prayer for you is that you and I would begin to reframe the meals that we have. Do we understand that it is bread, that it is manna from heaven? Do we understand that we get that God has given it to us? And do we give thanks to God for it? Do we ask God to bless it? And then do we share it with one another in the hope that God would encourage us through that meal? That would be my prayer and my hope, is that we would reframe the meals that we are having in such a way that we would be encouraged by them. That's it for today, and we will see you tomorrow for the last day of the Acts campaign. God bless.